Global food trends have seen an increased uptake and promotion of more natural and plant-based diets to intensify the accessibility of nutrients necessary for healthy life. Super processed foods, more common in urban setups with low dietary diversity scores, are leading to many health and nutrition challenges such as micronutrient deficiency, obesity, and non-communicable diseases. Tamarind, a nutrient-dense superfruit available in some parts of rural Binga, was identified by nutritionists in Zimbabwe as one of the superfoods that can help in the fight against hidden hunger.
So at the Food and Nutrition Council, we are the coordinator of national food and nutrition security issues. And in that regard, we realize that it is important to bring together all sectors that have anything to do with food and nutrition security. So today, we are here in Binga. We are working with the community here. We are looking at promotion of indigenous foods that are locally available in this community.
In tandem with the dictates of national food and nutrition policies that promote the use of local norms and values in fighting food and nutrition challenges in the country, the academia is integrating Zimbabwe's rich food cultural heritage with scientific facts to redesign the country's food systems for better nutritional outcomes.
So today I'm in Binga, where we are working with a community on tamarind value chain. We have been working with this community in Binga through ZUBO Trust for the past 5 years. We started off training the community on value addition, making of tamarind jam, tamarind juice. That's 5 years ago. So one thing we noticed is that there is limited documentation of our indigenous foods or local foods. You will notice that there have been an increased uptake of these local foods over the past 5-10 years because of several reasons, be it health reasons, nutrition and food security reasons. But as Zimbabweans, we are lacking in that documentation. We need to spread the gospel of these foods. So today we are doing that documentation. So that's one of the major reasons why we are here documenting as a way to publicize the issue of local foods vis-a-vis scaling up nutrition, building up resilience in our communities, and building back stronger after the various climate issues that we are facing as a country.
Local community representatives from Binga's Manjolo and Sikalenge communities are leading the process of tapping into Binga's rich food culture to identify, learn, and document the various local nuances in tamarind harvesting, preparation, storage, packaging, recipes, and products.
Senza porridge, senza sintobola, sipheka ijemu, sipheka imuyaya, imahewu. Process yokupheka isintobola uyahamba esihlahleni yekukhe ibusika. Ingakho ubusika lobana sengifika ngifake edishini lami. Sengithatha ipheyili lami, sengithatha lo mlotha. Sengibisa khona lapho sengithela amanzi emlotheni, sengifaka ubusika esipheyilini. Sengimiminula umlotha lwana ngifake ebusikeni. Sengithatha ugoti lwami sengipheka khona lapho ngipheka. Ngazwa kuloko kusesemunyu kakhulu ngifake omunye umlotha ngipheka. Ngazi lokho engilabila nsizwa ukuthi sokunjani kumnandi yini hayi ngazwa sokumnandi sokungasela i-taste ebumunyu leyana yabe ngikwazi ukuthi soku right senza thatha kwampana bese ngiminununa kuhle ngifake epheyilini bese ngithatha umphika wami sengibasa umlilo sengifaka emphikeni ngiqeda ukufaka emphikeni laphana sokubila sengithatha impuphu yami sengiphehla kwampana angisadingi ichukela ngokuthi isintobala lesana siyabe silechukela laso asifaka ichukela sesithatha sesisidla labantu abami liyasisiza ukuthi okunye kuyasiqinisa amathambo okunye kuyasisiza lapha khona lapha sipheka isintobala lapha kuyabe kushoti ingcenye kushoti impuphu ngokuthi lokhana kuyaphangisa ukuqinisa umlotha lwana ukuthi kujiye ngokuphangisa. Siyakwanisa ukuthi ingathengisa ubusika bami ukuthi ngakubusika ngigcwalisa ibhakede sengithengisa $10. Ngiyakwanisa ukuthengela abantu abami impuphu. Ngathengisa elinye ibhakede ngibe sengiyabhadalela abantwana esikolo. Hayi ubusika buvuthwa ngo-August, September. Khonaphana lapho lesihlahla sakho ngekhaya uyakwanisa ukukhipha amabhakede kumbe 10 kumbe 20 ngokuthi kuvutha ngesikhathi esi-1. Siyathatha ibusika lobana silengazi zethu kuthiwa yini ingazi kuthiwa yini ingalani. Sesifaka phezu kwengalani ufake lapha kusimati khona kungangeni inkukhu kungangeni lutho. Ubusubeka khonapho obunye ubusika obuhlala kuhle lobana bungakhitshwa amakhasi. Ubuphake kuhle buyakwanisa ukuhlala kumbe 1 year kabu right. Ukuthi kuyelapha kuqinisa umzimba ukuthi obaba labo bezizwe beqine. Obaba bezizwe beqinile kakhulu. Labo mama labo besidla hayi igazi labo liyabe litshisa. Omama ababelethile abalabantwana kuyaphangisa ukukhipha uchago umntwana ethola uchago masinyane emabeleni bese emunya sesutha. Le BP kuyehlisa iBP. Ungazwa sibili ungathi kakusalunga ngenhlizweni yakho kufanele ukuthi uhambe kumbe buyabe bungakavuthi uyakha kuphela kwansi uhlafuna iBP ayayehla. Kuyasebenza kakhulu. Ngokuthi lami nginje ngiyakwenza ngiyakudla khona okwe-BP.
Berita Munenge of Ko Tama village in Chatombo 3 in Binga gives us some of the health and nutritional benefits of tamarind porridge, locally known in Chitonga as Chintobola.
Chibati Chintobola echi. Chirakutia. So yanywa manzi. Ologwenda veranga olisimite. Ologali pia zuba so yende amuzo amuli pia. Tuli mvipe kupia nkamuga lwelo. Kambangola manguzu mingirogo.
I even used it myself when the time when I was giving birth, because it's a booster to the milk production. I don't know, when you are breastfeeding, and especially when you are young, the tendency that when after giving birth, there are always situations that milk won't come out the first few weeks. So if you eat tamarind, it's a booster on its own. You just eat the same day, there's a lot of milk for your baby. So it's a nutritious product, a nutritious fruit, which we take here in Binga. When you even take it for remedies such as malaria, if you are not feeling well, we always take a lot of tamarind, and sometimes we don't even go to the hospital. So in terms of food, I think for now, that's the product we are really working with the community, trying to help them reach out to market so that at least it can, because they have it, and we believe they need to be economically empowered also, like any other natural resources we are helping the other women.
As we look at the results of the national assessments, the most recent national assessments, we see that as a country, our food consumption patterns are still poor. And according to the Food and Nutrition Security Policy, it highlights the commitment of the government to promoting any alternative food-based strategies in line with our cultural norms and values. And so then we thought it would be good for us to work with communities for which are known to have very nutrient-dense foods, which are only found in their localities. In Binga, we realized that they have what is known as tamarind as well as baobab. These are the two most commonly found nutrient-dense foods here in this community. And so we are working with the community in trying to promote this outside their own communities. We want to add value to what they have. We want to learn from the communities. We want to be able to harness their knowledge and also make it known to the rest of the nation. We have a lot to gain from tamarind. We have a lot to gain from baobab. We sent samples of tamarind and baobab to the laboratory recently, and we found that tamarind is very high in vitamin C as well as manganese and other important micronutrients. The same applies to baobab. Every part of the baobab fruit and tree is used in this community. So then, with that scientific evidence, we are now able to back any innovations that can come from these locally consumed foods in this community. The role of the community is also very important when it comes to promoting food-based strategies, because it is this community that has been using and consuming these foods for the longest time.
Our food, mainly it's linked to poverty. Our villages are considered poor, but it's a different scenario when you go to Europe, because the European village is for the wealthy. So we need to try and emancipate ourselves from this mental slavery. So we are working on various things, like going back into culture. For instance, if you look at cultural events, which are there, they have specific food that's being served. And also technological advancement. I think if you look at some chefs, like culture, he's actually mixing the traditional and the exotic. So we also need to push for ambassadors for these food products. You look at tamarind, baobab, it's so unfortunate that such foods are being pushed outside Zimbabwe. And then we also have a third angle we're working with. We've got a high population of people outside Zimbabwe, so the diaspora. So we've managed to identify the diaspora, and most of them they are nostalgic and they have an appetite for their food. So there's a market that's there, but as the universities, we're working on the packaging, we're working on the preservation, we're working on the handling of these foodstuffs.
As food and nutrition is concerned, we have one specific project we are doing with the rural women in Sikalenge Ward and more in Manjolo, but because this natural resource is in Sikalenge Ward, we have of late, I think for the past couple of years, we have worked with this group where we are also trying to help them or facilitate market linkages for their product, because we believe they have the product tamarind indicus. It's a natural resource in Binga, but it's a fruit itself, and this fruit is very good in terms of nutrition for the community and everyone. I believe everyone else in the country.
The multi-sectoral interventions to support the tamarind value chain in Binga have seen notable success stories in the commercialization of this nutrient-rich natural resource found in Binga. Successful tamarind entrepreneur Lydia Musaka of Samende in Binga Sikalenge Ward describes a journey to success.
Busika ndakatalika kuchita business ya busika mu 2020. Ndamisika yangu ili 8 mumunda ngundilima. Busiko byatendaka busipe kuti ngablandetera impindu mboto bandipa mali yakuti ndikonzeke kupona ikaboto. Ndakali kunonga ndibulanga kupera abantu balachera ferensi kwe indaba pambubo. But mu 2020 izubo niliakazondi changes ya atala mali ambungandira pona busika. Ndakazoziba kuti ibusika anulabona ndajana impindu ali mbubo. Mu 2020 ndakachera busika bwangu mapakete ali 5. Bakandipa $47. Ndakatalisika business yanga $47 nendakijata. Ndakabona kuti sakabusika bulacha kuchita mubomi bwangu. Po mu 2021 kundakazo chera busika ndabucherera kuti nduzye ibe business yakuphonayo mubomi. Undakazochera ibusika buli 43. Ndakalangula ndawuzya kubuzizya. Nkambo kuno kubhinga ibantu bingi musikalenge wadi balawo imasika abusika. Ibana bangu bali kumasena asiyene. Umwi uli ku Bulawayo, umwi uli ku Gweru, umwi uli ku Harare, imunyandu mangu uli ku Gwanda kwaberekera. So bantu abandakaba kumbira kuti banduzisi bandirangwide ibanga balandulira busika mumasena mubabede. Po bakandizuminina. Ndakabweza busika bwangu, umwi ndabutola ku Gwanda, umwi ndabutola ku Bulawayo, umwi ndabutola ku Gweru, umwi ya ku Harare. Mu 2021 ndakajana mali iri mbuli 800 amalacho. Po ndakayeya kuti mali ini nyingiro kulapona ndatalisya chimwe chintu chibanga chiri mbubo. Ndakayeya kuti ani busika kuti munyaka ngubwatazyala kuti munyaka ngukutagwe mvula. Ndinonga ndachitayi. Po ndakazozwa business yaku kanika zikochikala. Mazenge ndiwaula ku Bulawayo. Aya mumbali ngandaula ndasaka ndifoldisizye. Ndaula zyonse marodzi, machubu, mataya maviri, takwe pezi zyonse ngandaula mpende, zyonse ndaula madazbon. Ndazwawo ndagazika mubasi. Ndasiko kuno ndakalaba fana bakali kuno ngabandiwerudira. Ndasika bayi mountain ingoro irya mu 2 days yamana. So far ndakachitisya ngoro ziri 5. Po yapya grinder. Bongorezi andakazyula. Ndakali kuzyuzya ama 400 US. Dino this year ndakauzya busika bwangu. Po ndakajana 300 this year mu 2022. Tekwakali kwebusika tekwakazyedero kope nkambuka kuti last year imvula yakalinche. So ndakakonzya kujana mali iri mbuli 300 amalacho. But eyo lino ndakati neta kwechimbi penchintaule. Ndakula kitchen unit. So kitchen unit yangu munganda ya 2022 uno. Mpundi kolera mpao. Izubo last in fact mu August this 2022 twakala district show ndakachita tamarind kuinda mutamarind product ndakachita jam. Po ndakawina ku district yonse ndakawina ndapegwa prize ku district show atamarind ndakachita jam. So munyagono funda akagolera mpao but ndichirabo busika ibwagozya. Imali nje ndakajana ni 300 asi ndichirayo 13 buckets ndinchirangula kuti ndajana baya ndiuzya. Ichamamani no chingandiramba kubana kazima. Kukabunga kabana kazima nkindako ika tamarind tuli 50. Ndokupa busungwa ziroko atala busika. Ikuinda kuti ndilangule chintu chakulowoda. Iswebo tulilongezekerwe nkambo busika tatubo dibi ape. Busika tubujana mu mnyunda yesu. Ikupera tyanda imbabo kuti basungwale mbulimbu ndakasungwala ndime. Balabona mpindu itaba chinchire bumi bwabo. Bumi bwabo bulabota kuma school fees tabachino lililili kulizya kuzwata izya kulya mumanda bukula chincha bumi bwabo bonse. So ndi kusungwazya ibana kazima bonse ibandi mvite abataka ndimvwe kuti ikuinda mutamarind natural resource kuli chimwe chipati muntu nchangola zwacho kuti wabereka is chamano chabusongo mu business.